All right, want to say good morning to everybody and thank the Lord for another beautiful and blessed day. Giving a great shout out to everybody, YouTube family, brothers and sisters, everybody around the world. God bless you. I want to talk about in this video Troy Davis. Troy Davis. And I did a video a while back called It Ain't No Justice, It's Just Us. Now, first of all, off top, my prayers are with both sides of the family, you know, because when I see things like this, me personally, I don't have a problem with color, no way. But we all know that racism has never left, period. And when I see things like this, and I look at how crooked the system is, you got innocent white people, innocent black people. It don't matter what the color is. A lot of innocent people are getting out, whatever the color is. They are getting out. And I was looking at another guy, I believe, named Ray Crone, which was a white guy that was, you know, in prison for 8 years. He was, they was interviewing him a while back and how he was wrongly convicted. And I don't know if Troy Davis did it or not, but I will say this. It don't add up. And I don't never want to see no innocent man, no woman get sent to death behind something they didn't do. Me, myself, dealing with, when I dealt with probably 15 years of being in a system and how crooked it is. And they always, people tell you you are innocent until proven guilty. That ain't all the time true, people. A lot of people already convict you without even giving you a chance. Now you look at this man, what he's been dealing with all these years. No evidence really. No murder weapon. No DNA. And have a man on death row without evidence and all this other stuff. What kind of justice is that? And we talking about Georgia. And I don't have it against nobody, but I believe, first of all, I believe in God very strongly. And I know God makes no mistakes. But see, when I look at man law and I look at racism and color, it don't add up to me. Ain't no justice. It's just us. 9 eyewitnesses, 7 of them change up their little testimony, and you still don't see something wrong with that. See, this reminds me of an old movie called True Crime, which was with Clint Eastwood and Isaiah Washington. There was a murder in that movie, and they had convicted Isaiah Washington. Had him on death row, and all the time he never did commit the crime. Of course, he's a black man, and they stopped the lethal injection just in time on, I believe, the second one because they got a phone call. They found the proof, and then they freed that man. But do you know how many people have died and was innocent? You know how many people right now have been locked away from their family, that they are strangers to their own family. They didn't even get to see their children grow up. And then when they get out, they have to have a little fight about even being paid for being locked up all those years. See, one thing about me, every week, 3 or 4 days out of the week, when I go to the food bank, see, we are around people who are on, probation or parole, and they doing community service. I get to associate with a lot of brothers and sisters who have, making a change in their life, but some of them are innocent, some are guilty. But we sit around when we are working, we talk about things like this. And that's why I always say, like me and my mama say, it really ain't no justice. It's just us. And when you look at how crooked some of these police officers are, these judges, these lawyers, I'm going to tell you something. When I got in trouble, they didn't even want to hear my side of the story. The judge didn't want to hear what I had to say. He looked at me as a black man. He was racist. He slammed his hammer. And I looked at my mom, I said, wow, he ain't even going to give me a chance to speak. And that's how most of these systems, these old so-called justice, judicial system, whatever you want to call it, that's what they call justice. And my heart goes out to both sides of the family, Like I say, because if that man was innocent, and you done killed the innocent man, Didn't even want to look back into the case. You already got the man locked up all of these years. Man, you can't pay a man back for the years that they lose in their life. But when somebody white, see, I'm not a racist, because when somebody white commits a crime, why do it seem like they always get off the hook? They just get a little slap on the wrist. But when a black man do something, he's locked down for years, whether he's innocent or not. He's locked down without even a fair trial. It really ain't no justice. I remember an incident like this well, it might have been a few years back. Another black man was killed on death row. And after he died, that's when they found out that he was innocent. And what I like about this thing with Troy Davis also, see, this is why I love everybody. You see white people, black people, Hispanics, a lot of people was sitting there, man, praying for this man. That's why God is not a respected person. God don't care nothing about color. I wish we all could be like that. But at the same time, it's not like that. 7 out of 9 of the eyewitnesses changed up their story. Now, you would think off of that, somebody would just go on and look back into this case. Let's get some more, let's find out the real thing here. But no, you go ahead and want to kill the man anyway. No evidence, no DNA. I got a partner of mine I was just talking to last week. He did 25 years in the penitentiary. He just got out, innocent. Just got out not too long ago, innocent. And he talked about the pain and suffering, how he did all those years and how he missed his little girl growing up and how he's a stranger to his own daughter. They don't know who he is. His family don't really remember a lot of things, and he's getting out from being innocent because somebody went on and did the DNA. He was charged with rape, just like I was charged with rape. And it hurts my heart, especially when you don't give people a fair trial, a chance. And I said that could have been me with my case. And y'all wonder why I thank God so much, because they try to take my case and start it all the way over and I mean, just try to make an example out of me. And I ain't been in no trouble. This is how they do. Well, I just pray to the Lord, man. I know the Lord is good, but you always hear that old saying, I pray the Lord have mercy on your soul on judgment day. Because people are gonna have to answer for what they have done. The man, I mean, just like my partner been telling you, how many people got out of prison like this? And man, I haven't done nothing wrong. He told them all them years he was innocent, but nobody believed him. They never believed him. And he finally, that was God. That man was able to get out. But what about people like Troy Davis? You ain't gonna never know. If the truth do come out and he was innocent, you done killed the man. If he was innocent, you done killed the innocent man, didn't even give him the benefit of the doubt. See how many people are against this. And I believe in justice, people. I do. But at the same time, I don't believe in you sending an innocent man to death row. See, that's like how the Old Testament was. The Old Covenant, back in the Old Testament, you killed, you got killed. That's why I thank God for grace and mercy. And we look at how compassionate that Jesus was with all sinners. The love he had. Just like he told the thief on the cross, this day you'll be in paradise with me. We don't have, man, ain't too many people like that. You got angry judges, frustrated lawyers, you got messed up, crooked cops. Some of these people just looking for somebody to take their actions on because they ain't happy at home. How can you call yourself about justice and you don't even look into the situation and try to do all you can to figure out the truth? And I'm not saying it's just because I'm black. If that was a white man, I would be saying the same thing. So I'm not like a whole lot of us who have the blame game on a white man, because I don't, like I said, I don't see no color. If it was a white man, but you know what? If it was a white man, it would have been a totally different ball game. He would have got some more chance. They would have looked deep into it, because Georgia, when the murder note, they wouldn't have kill no white man like that. I mean, excuse me. They would have went all in the details about the case. That's why I try not to make it a racial issue, but it is, regardless. Racism ain't never left. You got prejudiced white people, you got prejudiced black people. Prejudice all over, no matter what the color is. But when you take a man's life without justice, that's terrible. Ain't no love. You look at the way we supposed to be, forgiving. That's why I say if you did what you did, then yes, you're going to have to pay for your actions. But at the same time, if this man is innocent, if he was innocent, you can't bring him back. You can't bring him back. I looked at the struggle between all of this stuff, how his sister fighting with cancer, how he still held up his head in his last moments. But can you imagine what that family is going through? Like I said, I can understand that the police officer family that I can't think of his name at the moment, but I can imagine what both sides of the family is going through. I feel sorry on both ends. And then in my mind, I'm still saying it's a killer on the loose somewhere. It's a killer on the loose somewhere. Or if he did do it, you still didn't, you didn't even give a man a chance in life. You didn't give a man a chance to prove himself innocent. The thing that sticks out to me, man, this is just me. If you don't have DNA, you don't have fingerprints, you don't have a murder weapon, you got 9 witnesses and 7 of them change up their story, something ain't right with that, people. Because people will lie to save their own life. And if you grew up in the hood, then you know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people be like, well, that's why, you don't snitch on nobody, snitch this. And when somebody threatens your family life and your life, people will snitch, people will lie, people will do whatever they got to do to save their own life. Now, I don't know nothing about them witnesses, but I know something is fishy and it don't add up. 7 out of 9, that's a great number. To have 7 out of 9. I was looking at the other black lady. She said if I knew what I knew now, she said that Troy Davis would be innocent. And that didn't stick out to nobody in there. These people are going to still sentence the man to death. See, when you grow up in the hood, like I was saying, people be talking about snitching. But see, let me tell you something about that. And I understand why eyewitnesses do what they do also. Because when you are growing up in the hood and you rat somebody out, that person could be stealing, they could be locked up in a penitentiary. And you know what they can do? Make one phone call to their partner and they can have your whole family taken out. My ex-girl, Sean lost 2 brothers. Sean had a 17-year-old brother who saw a drive-by. He saw it with his own eyes. They shot the boy dead on his own mama's front porch, I believe. Just because he saw what happened. They was going to make sure he wasn't going to identify nobody. So they took his life at 17 years old. So my point in saying this is people will do what they got to do to save their own life. And I'm not making up no excuses for nobody. Everybody's different, each to their own. See, this is my whole point when I talk about things like this and when I compare it with the Bible. And when I talk about persecuting and how Christians deal with stuff, it rains on the just as well as the unjust. People don't understand that scripture. It don't matter who you are. You're going to have something you deal with. Problem is, the thing is, we don't never know what it's going to be. My heart goes out to the families on both sides. It ain't no justice, people. It's just us. They need to start locking up some of these crooked judges and lawyers and police officers. And with that being said, I'm not going to make this video no longer. Stay blessed.